Torts, I think for those of us on this side of the podium, you look at this game, you can't separate it from Connor McDavid. Is it the same for you? You can't look at this game without realizing the impact that he could have on it?
No, I'm worried about our team. I mean, we know about Connor McDavid, and I don't want to disrespect him. He's a hell of a player, but we can't game plan around one guy. We quite honestly don't game plan too much about the other team. We're worried about our game, how we play, and we'll continue to try to do that.
He'll have last change. Will it impact if he's on the ice, how you work?
Well, as always, David, we're always trying to get our top pair against the top players. They've got a pretty balanced lineup. They've got some good players in their lineup, not just him. So we'll make our decision as we go through and get our matches, especially on our back end.
John, are they a different looking team than even a month ago with some of the size they've added recently? I
haven't watched them. Yeah, I don't. I know, and please, no disrespect, but I watch the special teams. I shouldn't say I don't watch them. How much information gets to our players is very little as far as the opponent, because we're always, I don't want to fill their heads with too much information. We need to worry about our execution. It's a team that's won a few games in a row. I know Todd very well coached. We'll have our hands full, but we need to be concerned about ourselves and how we play.
John, is your team a different looking team from when you started to where you are now?
Well, Drew, the thing that I think I'm getting a better assessment of our team because we've been healthy now for a little bit. For a long time, we had a lot of kids from the minors come up, which was great for me because you need to see them play. But then we have gotten healthy, and it gives me a better assessment. I think it gives me a little bit more balance within our lineup. We've lost Jack Johnson. He's out, so that hurts a little bit. But as far as the forward lines and the D, we've been able to have a really good assessment period the past month, and I think we've played pretty well as we've gone through here. We still haven't had our goaltender, Bob. He should be, in a little bit here. Hopefully we'll be able to see him. But I think we've played better and more consistently in playing through games and not getting hurt a couple of times within a game right away because we're just too fragile. I think we've grown mentally, and I think that's a huge sign for me anyway as we keep on moving forward with the team.
Maybe tonight's not the night to try, but do you still have visions of moving Jones and Murray apart to see what it looks like?
Yeah, I'd like to get Jack back in, and I think I'd feel more comfortable doing that. I'm not just going to play with the lineup to play with the lineup because I know we're a distance away from a playoff spot, and we still go into every game wanting to win every game. And if we split those guys up, I'd feel more comfortable getting our lefty-righty back with Jack and Savvy and work it that way. But we'll see how it goes. Tonight's an interesting thing because I do think Edmonton has some balance within, especially their top two lines, to where you may see that this evening. We'll see how the game goes. No, he's. I can't even call him day to day. He's still got some time. Jack, yeah. I do. Yep.
John, what about 420 goal scorers on your team? What does that say about your balance?
Yeah. I think it's. And there's another guy that I'm hoping that, because he's played so well but just hasn't finished consistent enough, is Doobie too. I think he's on 14 right now. I'd like to see him finish some more and to where you maybe have 5 of them. And this is with Nick having an off year as far as goal scoring, Nick Foligno. I like some of the parts we have up front as we've grown here a little bit. I've begun to understand them better. I think we've added, with the 2 kids in Carlson and Wenberg, I think it's a nice mix there within there as far as the balance, that you can do some different things with it. So we'll keep on going and keep on trying to play the right way and see where we're at. But as we move forward, and I have to look, not looking by anything, but I have to look towards next year too as camp starts. I have to start planning that way. So this is all part of that too as I'm watching the team play.
John, you touched on with respect to playoffs not necessarily being in the
Yeah.
short term, and that's a relatively, I would think, new challenge for you.
How have you been able to get their consistency and their motivation in, day out?
Yeah, and it's, as a coach, you're always worried when, I think we have, 17, 18 games left to play, and we're a distance away. We're a distance away, let's be honest about it, as far as getting to where the pressure is, as far as making the playoffs. But that's what I like about our club right now is I think they've been focused. We're still doing a ton of teaching, and we're going to continue to teach right on through the year. And they have met us halfway here as far as being ready to play all the time. We've tried to keep it loose. We've backed off in some of our meetings as we've gone through because I think it has become instinctive within our team a little bit. We were showing tape after tape for a while. I've kind of backed off from that because I think they've learned. And so that's what you have with your players. It's a give and take. When you see them maturing, you see them growing, you kind of give the room back to them and you stay out of there and let them play. So as we go through, that's the way it'll be here. And if I don't think we're pushing, we're not playing hard enough, we'll go back to work and we'll get them the next day if I don't get it in the evening. So I think they know that. And I like where the mindset of the group is right now. I think they've really grown mentally.
You had 3 days. What's been the emphasis then over those 3 days?
A lot of it is, like yesterday, we did some special teams yesterday. Still, our power play has been very inconsistent. So we're going to try some different things there tonight with our power play. The prior day, it was a lot of neutral zone stuff as far as tracking. And when I say tracking, back checking. I still think we have some work to do as far as our back check with our D, the communication as far as picking up rushes. If it's a 3-on-2 and you're chasing, who's got who to make it into a 3-on-3. A lot of different situations that I think has arisen through our games where we just don't have enough communication to close those things down as far as our gaps, everything. And I say it all the time. We always talk about the offensive zone. We talk about the defensive zone. The most important zone to talk about is the neutral zone because that's where everything happens as far as which end you're going to play in. And we're really trying to focus on that, especially the past couple of days as far as with and without the puck, how you play in that neutral zone.
You mentioned Carlson yesterday. We talked a little bit about him. Is he kind of a guy that you know what you got, but you also want to see what else he can give you?
Yeah, I still don't know what we have there. I know he's a smart player. I think him and Wenny, as far as our center icemen, are two of our most determined and smart players away from the puck in our end zone. I believe there's offense in Bill. I think when you get to these young guys, and because Bill, although that plus minus, which I don't pay attention too much, the plus minus, I think he's a minus 11. He's a strong defensive player down low. He's very smart in position. I think when a young player knows that he has that and he knows he's able to do that, he forgets about working on the other part of his game and doesn't put enough pressure on himself. And I believe that's happened with Bill offensively. We need to get some goals out of Bill offensively more consistently. He'll get some time on the power play tonight, and I think he's a skillful guy. So I want to see that. I watched him in practice yesterday. You can see the skill level in him. Sometimes they're a little shy as far as bringing that out because they just want to play safe. And I want him to be more aggressive in his thinking, is trying to make something happen offensively.
The way that game for you in New York, where you
Sucked.
Yeah. You had a chance to sort of put your hands around the throat of that game. How big a hurdle was that mentally to seize that? I mean, you're not going to score every power play, but not let it just float away like that. How big a hurdle was that?
You know, we were talking about the consistency of our team. I think we've really grown there. We took a back step there for those few minutes, and because we were playing really well against New York, and to have a power play and not only create some offense, just to gain some momentum to maybe get that game to overtime and get your first point and then work from there, but to the last half of that power play to turn the pucks over and just not make simple plays in that power play and have it come back and hurt you, that's hard. It took me a couple of days to even watch that game because I thought we played well. I thought we were good as a team. And I really felt if we got that to overtime, I could sense in the bench that we're going to win this game. And to lose it that way, and listen, I know where we are in the standings, but that's what we have to stay away from is yeah, shit, excuse me, yeah, we lost the game, but really, we're here in the stand. You can't think that way as a coach or a player. That's a game we should have gotten at least a point out of, and we get nothing. That still bothers me. I can't wait to play tonight because that's still in my throat and how we lost that game. So it's a good test for us tonight to answer. We've got a team that's coming in here playing really well, won their first game of their back-to-back. They're going to come in loose and play. I hope we answer the right way after losing a tough game in New York.
Is that game a one-off though, or is that somewhere you need to, the next step for you guys?
This is the next step to me, because I think we have cured ourselves of being more consistent when bad things happens within a game and still find a way to win that game. I think we've cured ourselves in playing a mediocre to bad game, but coming back and answering and playing a good game. That was a tough one to lose because it was at the end of the game. It's on a power play. So I'm anxious to see how our team responds tonight after a little bit of a hiccup there where we beat ourselves a little bit. And so ask me tonight. I'm anxious to see us answer, to see if we really have this under wraps. As, okay, can we answer tonight? We lose a tough one, come right back, you're at home, and play a good, strong game. So we'll see where it goes.
John, just one, maybe not the last one, but when you look at your NHL head coaching duties, the cities have been sort of different, or appears to be different. I'm wondering what it's like lifestyle-wise for you to have been in Tampa, New York, Vancouver. Is it any different, or are you just so much into work that you don't really?
I don't even know where I'm living during the year because you're in the rink, and yeah, I'm not. It's really not even a joke because you're so focused on your job. There's not too much time. I think I've taken my wife out once since I've been here, and I know it's just been once. There is really no life because you're so busy, especially for me this year here, because we came in like in the middle of the night, and it was a situation where we just had to get our grips about ourselves here a little bit. I'm trying to learn the team, and especially all the scrutiny at the start of our year. It really haven't come up for too much breath here as far as to enjoy some of the other stuff. It's just been focused on this, and just a great, I'll tell you that it's a great opportunity for me to get another chance and to be involved in teaching a young core what I think is how to play the game the right way and teaching guys to be pros. I couldn't be more excited about the opportunity. But as far as the other stuff, I really haven't been involved in much at all. I'm not sure if that answers your question.
Where did you go the one time?
Can't tell you.
Valentine's Day, Liz?
No, it wasn't Valentine's Day either.